name is Philip Wallace, and I am the real Kingman. You can't stay at zero, meaning you can't pay off everything that you owe. Yes, woohoo! I got everything paid off. If that was ever true, it would only be for a moment. You can't stay at zero with everything paid off. But is there a better plan instead of trying to get somewhere that you know you won't be able to stay at when you do get there? And is the only benefit to pound your chest and tell everyone who will listen, yep, I paid it all off, when you know that it was a struggle. Some nights you couldn't even sleep. And after you finally did pay off everything, then what? Now you're scared to spend money, you're still driving the same vehicle, you don't go nowhere. You can't stay at zero. Any one of you, just look in your own lives. Prove it to yourselves. Have you ever been struggling to get to zero? Be honest with yourself. And then, if you're lucky enough to accomplish your goal to get to zero, how impossible is it to always have all your bills paid off? You can't stay at zero. It's simply not the right plan. Well, what is the plan? Any cash that you have sitting around, move that money into an investment, such as stock market, Forex, Bitcoin, lemonade stand, whatever investment that you're comfortable with. But somewhere that your money has the opportunity to make a significant return. And somewhere that if needed, you could pull your money out. If your money is sitting in your bank account, you're doing it all wrong. We took all of our cash and we put it to work in an investment. And what do we do now that we got rid of all of our cash? Borrow money, like we all do anyways. But the difference this time around is that we're going to use that borrowed money to get passive income, to pay for our bills and stuff. Yes, you're taking a small chance, but we call that investing. And that investment is going to pay back the money that you borrowed plus pay you cash, so you can pay for your bills and stuff. Let's look at what we've done so far. We took our money and we put it to work, and then we borrowed money and put that money to work. Want me to prove to you right now how powerful this system is? Do you realize that we haven't mentioned your income? You could do whatever you want with that money, but I advise you to put that money to work with the rest of your money in an investment. Because our goal at the Real Kingman is to keep seeking more money. And we now have 3 sources of income, and yet we still have the same amount of time for our families and friends as we did before the Real Kingman. I have to point out that things will change. What I'm offering is good for right now, but it might not be good for 5, 10, 20 years from now. And at the same time, it could easily still be good years from now. Who knows? But specifically for getting through 2021, this is the road to financial freedom. The Real Kingman's cornerstone investments are just 1-year plans. Not a long drawn-out agreement, just a 12-month investment. And even post-pandemic, the same answer, Kingman. I'm actually here to save the day for some of you because you had no answer for what's next. But now you know that investing with the Real Kingman answers so many financial questions. And so on that note, I have a few words to say to investors who are already investing into the stock market, real estate, Bitcoin, anything like that. You all should take the time to understand this massive financial opportunity that I'm offering you. Don't wait for the other guys to get here. This type of investment is exactly what you're looking for before, but instead you got caught up in the stock market and the Bitcoin roller coasters. And now the Real Kingman has turned on the light so you can see your way out to a more solid financial investment. If you're someone who is scared to lose your primary income, when you're around management, you can't be yourself, you tiptoe around like if you're stepping on eggshells, scared to lose your job, business, or whatever is bringing in that income. Because if you did lose your income, you wouldn't know how to find more money, or at least find enough money. Really though, that fear that you have of not having enough money, it should be the driving force behind your reason to take advantage of a solid investment, so that an income that you're worried about can eventually become a non-issue. If not this, then what? I mean, what is your plan for not having to worry about money? Let's get something else straight. Not spending cash because you have a plan to save your money is not a winning plan. Definitely not after 2020. It's just too slow. Your plan should be to get more money and not worry about saving the little you have. My opinion is to use your credit to increase your spending. Right there, This is the meat and potatoes of investing with the Real Kingman Corporation. You just don't have a better plan. I mean, please tell me if you do, but this should be your plan. Borrow money and spend the money you borrow on the type of assets that will pay down their own debt. It's not rocket science. You see it all the time in real estate, but this is not that long play like the average real estate deal. Business investing with the Real Kingman is that now play, that get in, get out, and on to the next play. Explain to your loved ones why you're always on the fence. When a good opportunity comes by, you're not taking any chances, as if your plan is to work and live forever. I mean, once you fully understand the opportunity and you realize that this is a solid investment and this is simple numbers, straightforward transaction, you owe it to your family, friends, and yourself to make more money. You gotta try it. What are you waiting for? We got another investment example for you. We have an investor who puts down $20,000 down payment on a $400,000 house and bought a $50,000 vehicle for zero down. After putting in just $20,000, that investor gets to live in the house and drive the vehicle, of course. Now we have another investor who buys a house and pays the full upfront $400,000 price for the house, and then buys a vehicle and pays a full price for the vehicle of $50,000 before driving it off the lot. That investor spent a total of $450,000. Which one of the two type of investors are you? The investor that pays off everything and now he's super happy to own 100% of all of his stuff? Or are you like the first investor who is in debt big time but now has $430,000 in cash still sitting in his bank account? I would rather be the first investor for sure, who only put down the $20,000, because this investor can now invest that $430,000 and make much more money. So rule number one, don't use your money to pay for your bills and stuff. Instead, invest your money into a liquid and then borrow money using your credit or your equity, and use that borrowed money to invest in a passive investment like with the Kingman. And use the returns from investing with the Kingman to pay for your bills and stuff. Lastly, where was your thinking at the beginning of this video? Were you chasing zero? Remember, you're a friend of the family at the Real Kingman Corporation, where we keep money moving.